friends, I am so happy you're here and so thankful that you took a little moment of your day to see what I am up to. And of course, if you just found me, I am so happy you did. Welcome, my name is Yanni, and of course, I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. So I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you like it, you will subscribe. For today, I have just made some from two wooden houses and some styrofoam balls. I am going to try to make a snowman display inside a wooden house. So we will see how this will turn out. If you like it, of course, come along with me. For this Christmas DIY, we are going to use two of the wooden houses. And I ordered these two online, but they were a little bit bigger than I thought they would be. So always don't make the mistake like I did. Look at the measurements because for making a DIY, this is a very big one. So I'm going to do two of them. I'm going to use some googling eyes. We are going to use 4 styrofoam balls to make our snowman. We are going to get two of the little cones, also from styrofoam, and we are going to use some old print, and I think I'm going for the buffalo check, but of course you can use any print you like. I always keep my old print, so I always have something in my stash. And we need a couple of the smaller blocks. You see already they are not very big, but you can also use a piece of cardboard. It is just what you have laying around. So this is the main thing we need for this DIY. Of course, first we are going to remove the plastic around our houses before we can paint it, because I'm going to paint this in the white chalk paint. And of course, they also come with a hanger. You can hang your little piece on your wall. But of course, I'm not going to do it, but I am keeping my little hanger, because you never know when you're going to use it. So I'm going to remove this one also, and then we're going to paint it. I'm going to paint my houses with the white chalk paint. I give it, I think, 1 layer, because I don't want to have it too thick, and later on we're going to distress it with some black scoreboard paint. But first I'm going to put both of them in the white chalk paint. And of course the inside you don't have to paint, because we are going to do a print inside. The white chalk paint is already dried up, but you see, he is so big, the house, I don't even get it almost inside of, of my picture, the frame of my telephone. So what I'm going to do before we're going to distress it, I'm going to give it the buffalo check inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of my print, and I'm going to lay down my house on top of here, and of course I will turn it over this way. And now I'm going to lay my house exactly in the middle. At least I'm try to do it the same way, that both of the houses have the same size. And of course I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw the lines over here and on the bottom and on this side. So it is very easy, just make the house, and this way and again. You see, now we got the house already on our print, and you can see already he is almost too small for my house. So big is my house. So I'm going to cut it out, and then we're going to place it with the mud pots inside of the house. You see here I did my house already cut out, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my mud potch, and I always use this mud potch, but you can use school glue, you can use anything you like. I'm going to mud potch the inside of the house, so just the back side of the house. And of course I give it 2 layers, because 1 layer is already going inside of the wood. So maybe it's better to do already 1 layer and later on again let it dry and do the second layer, because I did already 1 layer inside. So I'm always doing a little bit more mud pots than most people probably do, but that's worked for me a little bit better. Now I'm going to try to squeeze it in. We will see how I will succeed or not. So, but of course I hope that that he will turn out okay. I have to work a little bit with it and place it inside. I show it to you in a moment. And you see already, we have already our buffalo check inside, and I'm going to give it, when this is dried up, I'm going to give the second coat over it with some Mod Podge. The print is dried up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my black schoolboard paint and I'm going to do a little bit of black on top of my brush, and I'm just going to dab it off because we don't want to have too much on top of our white chalk paint. And of course you see already there's always a lot of paint on your brush, but you just dab it one time in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start in the inside, just around the corners. You see here, just around the edges, and just do it where you think it needs some little of distressing. I always go around the sides this way and the top. So I will go, of course, also inside of my house, and I'm going to distress also the side around my house. You see, I showed you a little bit closer. This is a little bit what I mean. So I will finish it off and then I show you the result. This is how the houses turned out, and of course I did the black distressing, but if you don't like it, it's also fine too if you leave it rather in the white color, or just maybe you do some furniture wax on top of here. That's also a nice rustic feeling. So, but I'm going to do some snowmen, so I thought maybe this will look okay. So we will see how this will turn out. I'm going to remove my houses, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my 4 styrofoam balls and I'm going to paint them in the white color. Of course you can do some glue. You have some glue, you can spray paint some glue on top of here. I have glue you can spray paint, and then you can do some snow on top of here, but this time I want to go and try to paint them in the white chalk paint. Of course I'm going to use some wooden stick, and I'm going to squeeze it inside this way, so it is easier for me to paint them in the white chalk paint. So I'm going to give them a couple of layers, and then we're going to make a snowman out of it. Our styrofoam balls are drying up right now. They are also in the white chalk paint. What I'm going to do, because I still need to wait until that is dried up, I'm going to take my furniture wax and I'm going to wax already my 12 pieces of wood. I take, like I showed you earlier, this is a little bit of the smaller ones. This is not the Tumbling Tower Blocks. This is just blocks from a children's box you can build with. So I thought maybe I can use it also in my thing. But maybe you have something like this laying around. We are going to make a fence with 6 of them, and with 4 of them we make a line around the roof. So, but first I'm going to do them in some furniture wax, and of course we don't have to do the back side, only the front, sides and tops. So only this piece, and the back side we can leave open because it's easier to glue on top of your house. Our snowman balls are drying, so for now I'm going to take my 2 little cones, and this is also, I think you can really I call it styrofoam, but at least you know what I mean. If you go over the wall with it, you get nice little balls. So so maybe you know then what kind of stuff you use. I am really bad with making those, so I am making myself very easy, and I'm just using such a cone. And it doesn't matter if you have it from this fabric, you can use it from any thing you like. I chose for a little bit of the darker orange color, because bright orange is not really my thing, so I'm going to use this one. I already tried it on one, So you see already it gives a little bit of a shiny feeling, and I did not totally the whole comb because I don't use the this whole piece for the nose. I think I'm going to cut it off over here. So I'm going to, of course, with a marker, I'm just going to go a couple of times over my cone to make myself very easy, just like I do with the eyes. I just bought some stickers which are googly eyes. So I am, like I said in earlier DIYs, I am not really the greatest in making faces. So I always try to make myself easy, even because I don't want that my project is turning really bad when I make a little face on top of it. So I will finish this off, and then we're going to get our snowman finished. So now we're going to put our snowman together. I'm just going to place one this way. Now I'm going to do some glue on top of here. So I do it a little bit more than I should have done properly, but I really like it that it is at least stick well together, because you don't want your snowman to fall off. At least his head falls off. that's not the look you're going for. And now I'm going to place it inside, on top of each other, not inside, of course. And I'm going to squeeze it and just hold it this way for a moment. And I'm going to wait because I can't do the camera out right now, but of course I show it to you a little bit later when he's really stuck. So I will cut it off here, but you won't see me waiting. I'm going to use for the eyes, I'm going to use those simple googly eyes, and these are just little stickers, and I always buy them in little packages with different sizes of eyes. And of course, like I said, if you are a really big of a great drawer, then I hope you can make those eyes really good. Someone who can really draw really nice is a mom from Mom Does. And of course, if you don't know Mom Does, go check it out, her beautiful channel, because she is amazing. So, but I can't draw it, so I'm going to glue it on top of here. You see, I have the googling eyes on top of here. He really looks a little bit like an alien. But we will see how the snowman is turning out. We are going to make his nose, and I'm going to cut off a little piece of my snowman. I think I only need this small piece because I don't want the nose too big. So I'm just cutting it off and placing some glue on top of here and a little dot. And now we are going to squeeze it exactly in the middle of the two eyes and just keep it in place for a little moment. And I try to get away to remove the glue I don't need. This way. And this is how our snowman with his nose turned out. Now we're going to make first a little scarf. So I'm going to take a piece of my green velvet ribbon. Of course, it's a little bit darker on the velvet side. I hope you can see the color because the lighting is always on my camera not the greatest. I hope to fix that later again. I'm going to do in the middle of his neck, I'm going to do a little bit of glue. And that's why I lay my ribbon inside. I hope I can show it to you. So halfway. And now I squeeze it just until it is dried up. So you always have in his neck the half of your ribbon. Now you can work a little bit better to get him this way. So again, some glue inside. Just drop it in, work your way in between to the front of your snowman. And I wait until this dried up. And now we're going to turn your scarf, and I'm going to do a little bit of glue on top of here. And again, lay down your ribbon. And later on, of course, we will cut this away. But now, first we're going to do the other side, and we're going to do also a little bit glue in the neck. And again, work your way around it. And now you see already this is how he's on the front, and we are going to go further, and again some glue in the neck again. Oh, in this, I think, of course, in English you also call it neck, if I am correct. Again, squeeze it until it is a nice shape, because you want your snowman to look the greatest. I'm going to cut off already one piece of my, and now I'm going to go over and I'm going to place one of the this way, and I'm going to turn it so both of the sides will come on the front. Oh, of course, I have to show it to you this way. I was telling you all about my scarf, but nothing did go on camera because he fell out. I am so sorry. You see, I did it very easy. I did go over this one, cut it off and glued it over here, and just glue one little piece of a ribbon over here, give it a fishtail, this one already also, and I did one button on top of here. It is just a simple wooden button, but you can use a button from a blouse or something, a sweater you don't use anymore. Just go ahead and just use that button. So I am already really happy how he's looking like, but of course this one is a girl, so I'm going to try to make a simple little bow for on top of her head. You see, this is just a very simple bow and it's so easy to make. You just take a piece of ribbon, fold it together, cut it off and glue this on top of here, then squeeze it and make a little simple band over here. So it is very easy to make. So I'm going to glue it on top of her head, and then this snowman is finished, and we're going to do the boy snowman, and he will get a bow tie. Now we are going to do the boy, and we are going to do again in the middle of his neck, we are going to do a little bit of glue and glue a piece of ribbon in the middle again. Get enough ribbon that you can still make a bow tie. And of course I will hold it together for a little moment so we get a nice point where we can work out. Again, also halfway a little bit of glue in his neck, and we're going to work it to the front, and of course the other side. I thought my glue gun was already on, but he is not on. And that is not gluing the greatest. So again, just glue it. And now I'm going to cut off a little piece. And now I'm going to try to get a bow tie. And I'm going to do one over it, one under it. And again this way. And I'm going to get it over and place it inside. And now I hope I can squeeze it through. Of course, you know how to tie your tie. And I have to work with it a little bit, but I showed to you first because I was already out of camera. I will finish this and then you see how a tie is really looking like. And of course this is a tie, a bow tie is only here, so I'm sorry for the confusion. It's just a tie and the bow tie is here. You see, I worked a little bit with my tie and I think he looks very nice. So now both of the snowmen are finished. Of course I did on the other one I did some wooden button on his scarf, but I don't really like to place a button over here. But if you like it, or maybe here, you can place it of course on top of here. So I'm not going to do it properly. So now the snowmen are finished. What we're going to do, we're going to place them in our houses. You see already the big house. I'm going to try to get it inside of, and now I'm going to place my snowman inside. Before I'm going to glue my snowman and my trees inside of here, I'm going to glue this house and this house together exactly this way. Of course, you can also do it with some screws, but I'm going to do it just with some glue. So I'm going to glue this one together. This is how they look like when you glue them together. I'm going to go to my stash and I'm going to get some Christmas trees, for faux Christmas trees of course, and we're going to make a little display inside of here with our snowman. You see already here I have my faux little Christmas trees, and you can buy them anywhere. You can buy them at Dollar Tree, Dollarama. I buy them always in a garden center here in the Netherlands. This one are from Lemax, and from Lemax most of the time cheaper than a brand which is not familiar. So what I'm going to do, most of my Christmas village, I always pull off the feet. Normally there's a little plastic feet on top of here, but I always pull it off. For now I'm going to glue it inside of our house. I'm going to cut off the little stem. So just with a tool, just cut it off. And it's not so easy as I always tell. You see already, it is not so easy, but we are getting it off. And now you see, he is totally finished. We're going to work this down again. And now we're going to glue it, do some glue on top, and we are going to glue it very tight in this corner, very tight. So really squeeze it a little bit in, and also on this side I'm going to do one. But first I'm going to work this down, because we want a nice view of our Christmas tree. We don't want to see that we have a little wire inside of here. So now we're going to do some glue on the underside. Of course I have to do a new glue inside of my gun, and I'm going to do just in the middle, place your glue, and again do enough, because you don't want your tree that is falling down. And I'm going to squeeze it to the back and keep it in place for a little moment. You can later on you can work with it, so don't worry about it. This can get any shape you like. So now I'm going to get the other one, and I'm going to do it in the other side. See, now we have both trees already inside of here, one over here, one over here. Now we're going to get a size smaller than this one. I have to look, I think this one. And we are going to place this one, of course, inside of this corner. But again, we are going to pull off our little metal, I hope I can show it to you this way, maybe against the white. The metal pin I'm going to shorten in, and then I'm going to squeeze it in this corner. You saw me already trying to get my snowman inside. You see the two already are inside of here. Now I'm going to get in a little bit in the middle and a bit sideways. I'm going to squeeze my snowman in, and I will glue this on the back side of the snowman inside of the trees. And then I hope, and of course his bottom, then I hope he will stay. He will stay in place, and I have to squeeze it behind it, because in front of here is coming a wooden fence. Because we made already this furniture wax blocks. So this will be a fence over here, so he has to be behind it. So I have to squeeze it in. So I'm going to do some glue on the underside of our snowman, of course, and on the back side. Just do on this one and on this side. And now we are going to try to, I'm already standing up for it, and now I'm going to try to squeeze it in and keep it in place for a little moment. And now I hope I have the glue on the right side, on the right side, or else he won't glue and he will fall out. So, but also mistakes is belonging to a DIY. So this is just a try. I never made one of this. So I'm just keep it in place for a little moment. And you see both of our snowmen are already inside of the houses. Now we still need to get some little fence around it. So of course I will make 3 of the blocks together. So I'm going to do it very easy. I have to pull away my leaf from my Christmas tree. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do 3 on top of each other. Just do the tops, squeeze it and keep it in place for a little moment, and do the same one over here. And this way we're going to make 2 of them. And again, remove your glue. This way. This is 1. Now we're going to make the second one. And of course I use these blocks, but you can also use tumbling tower blocks. I was thinking about it when I already had this one. So if you have the tumbling tower blocks laying around, it's also fine too. Again, the tops with some glue. And again, squeeze it together in a straight line. And again, now you have already 2 sizes for your fence. I'm going to lay in what my plan was, is to do 1 over here, exactly on the bottom, and 1 a little bit higher, so this way. So I will glue this on top of here. You see already how he is looking like right now. What I'm going to do, because I want to give it even more a rustic warm feeling, I'm going to glue a couple of my blocks also on top of the roof of our house to give it a little bit more of a warm and rustic feeling. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it around, and of course I'm going to start this way because I want to exactly have him on the edge of this line of my house. So I have to be sure that I do it this way, and this will come against this one. So, but first, like I said, I'm going to do some glue on this line. And of course my glue gun has to work with me. And again, until here. And I'm going to place it on top and against the side, and then hold it in place for a little moment. And then I'm going to do this one over here and this one over here and this way. And here you see already how the roof is looking like. Of course, you can do it any way you like. I use these blocks, like I said, also with the fence. You can use some tumbling tower blocks, or a piece of cardboard is also fine too, and wax it in the brown color. So it just gives a little bit more of a rustic feeling. What I'm going to do to finish it off, I'm going to glue 1 over here and 1 of my faux greenery. Of course it falls in, it's always the same. So I will glue this on top, and maybe I can do it already where you are here. I'm going to do my glue on top of here, and of course I have to put my glue gun on, and I'm going to do 1 in this direction and glue it, and we're going to do 1 in the other direction, but squeeze it a little bit together so you get a nice topping. And again, I keep it in place for a little moment. And what I'm going to do to finish it off is just the same button as the snowman girl has. I'm going to glue on top in the middle of the greenery, and we are going to do on the other side of the house the same. And again, I'm going to glue it in the middle and squeeze it until it is dried up. And so you get an even more like a Christmas house. But of course you can do some berries, you can do anything. And I already have to apologize to you because this was not my greatest day for the English, explaining it in the English language, because Sometimes I get mixed up with a couple of things, and this was not my day, so I'm sorry. If you have questions, please leave them down below. I would love to answer them. I am always very happy with your patience for me. So you see, this is one side. Now we're going to do the other one the same, and of course, end it also with a button, and then you see the end reveal. And here you see the end reveal of our snowman houses, and I am so happy how both of them turned out. If you are imagine, these two houses are so easy to make. You can buy those wooden houses anywhere with the Dollar Tree, Dollarama, of course Home Goods, and here in the Netherlands you can find them with the Action. And of course I ordered this one online on AliExpress, so go ahead, check it out because they are so easy to make and look great in a wintry display for the season. So in a moment I show it to you a little bit closer, but for now, thank you so much for being here and spending a little moment of your day together with me. I hope you like this content and I hope you will consider subscribing to my All About Christmas All Year Round channel. If you would need the link, you will find it in my description box. There you find also the link for our main channel Deco Easy. Of course, enough talking. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.